Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Lauren, Queen of Yarn. I wanted to make a video about how I adjusted the standard skull motif pattern for my blanket. Doing the border took a lot of time and frustrated me since there are so many corners on the skull, as you can see. And I don't know about you, but I like to crochet to relax, not get frustrated, so of course I'm going to try to find an easier way to do this. Anyway, I'm going to use worsted weight or 4-ply yarn with a 6mm or J size hook. Let's see, can I get that? I chose the larger hook size because I wanted a more flexible skull for my blanket, and it also makes a larger skull, which means I have to make less squares. If you cannot tell already, I am all about working smarter, not harder, or maybe I'm just lazy. Oh well, on with the tutorial. So, I always start with a slip knot. Like that. And you're going to start this just like the standard skull. The only part that's really different is the top part of the skull. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is chain 14. And then you are going to connect at the slip knot here. Okay, so you're just going to do a slip stitch into the slip knot. And so that is one eye. And we are going to do 14 chains again and connect again in the slip knot. So that'll be the next eye. I have my next chain 14 here, and we are going to again put that into the slip knot with a slip stitch. Alright, now that you have this, the next step is to do 18 single crochets into each eye. So you're going to go right into the eye hole and do your single crochet. Okay, so I have my 18 single crochets in the first eye hole, and now we're going to just continue into the next eye hole here, doing the same thing. So, now I have my 18 in both eye holes, and it looks a little wonky right now, but you can space it out and then it'll be fine. But what you're going to do now is you are going to slip stitch into the first single crochet space, which is right here. Okay, so I'm just going to slip stitch into the first single crochet. Alright, we are going to slip stitch 7 across the top of one eye, so we end up over here. There's my 7 slip stitches, and now what we are going to do is chain 1 and then single crochet 14 across the top of the eyes here. Okay, so turn your work, and then it's a little hard to see, but you're going to go in this space here. Now we have the 14 single crochets across the top, and it looks something like this. And also now we have my cat in the background here sleeping. Alright, so let's hope he doesn't get in the way again. Now, what you're going to do is chain 1. Okay, chain 1. You're going to turn, And then you are going to skip this first single crochet space here, and then you are going to go single crochet into the next one. And you are going to do 12 single crochets across the top here. Okay, so now we have 12 across the top, and if you did it correctly, you should have one single crochet space left over here. Now, this is where I have altered the pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into this single crochet space from the last row. So slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2, turn my work, and then I'm going to skip the slip stitch, this single crochet, and start working in this single crochet space. And I'm going to now do 10 across the top. Okay, so skip 1, 2, go into the third. Okay, now I finished my 10 single crochets across the top. Focus, and it should look like this at the end. So this was your chain space before, and then this is your single crochet space from the previous row. So again, I'm going to slip stitch into that single crochet space. All right, so it looks like that. And the other side should look like that. So it should look rounded. Okay, and now chain 2 again, and then flip, skip the slip stitch and this single crochet, and go into the second single crochet space, or the third space from the hook, and you are going to single crochet 8 across the top now. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the last single crochet space, just to give it a nice rounded edge. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1, I pull through a little bit, and then take your scissors and cut. Okay, so now you are done with the top of the skull. Now it might look a little weird, but if you just stretch it out, right, just like with any project, okay, and it looks pretty rounded. I already went ahead and wove in the ends, okay, and now you don't have to leave that long trail of yarn at the end here at the top to border the skull. Okay, so you can just start doing the bottom. You don't have to worry about that long tail getting in the way, which was also very annoying. Okay, so again, I start with my slip knot. What we're going to do is start in this little corner here. Okay, right in between the eyes, you see we have the two, we have the 2 single crochet spaces. What we're going to do is we're going to count 7 over from the one on the right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are going to start in that space. Okay, so join your yarn here. I just do a slip stitch. So it's a little tricky to pull that through, but there we go. Okay, and then I just tighten my slip knot. Okay, so there you go. So what you're going to do is chain 1, okay, and then do a single crochet into that same space. And then you want a total of 4 single crochets across the top here. All right, And now you are going to chain 4, and this is going to make the nose space. Okay, so chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you see how we have 3 spaces right here, 3 single crochet spaces. We're going to count 3 over on this side too, to make it symmetrical, and then go into the 4th space. Okay, go into the 4th space and single crochet. Okay, and again, we want to do 4 single crochets on this side as well. Okay, 4 single crochets. It should look something like this. Okay, and you can see now we have the nose space. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, and then you are going to single crochet across the top, putting 1 single crochet at each space, and in the nose space you're going to put 4 single crochets. Alright, so should look like this. Okay, and now what you're gonna do is you are going to chain 1, turn your work, skip this one, so skip the first single crochet, and slip stitch into the next single crochet, and then slip stitch into the next one again. Okay, and then you are going to chain 4. This is the beginning of the teeth part of the skull. Okay, so now we are going to triple crochet in the next 7 spaces. Okay, so you should have a total of 8 teeth. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we are almost done. All we have to do is chain 1, turn, and put a single crochet into the top of each of these triple crochets. Alright, so you should have 8 across, okay, because I'm counting the chain 4 here as one of the triple crochets. So that is the 8 single crochets across the teeth, and then just chain 1, pull through a little bit, cut, and there you go. All you have to do now is weave in those ends. Okay, I just finished weaving in those ends, so this should be the final product. Okay, let me know in the comments below if you liked this tutorial, or if you want me to do more, show how I do the squares. Okay, so make sure you write a comment, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.